Welcome to Yankton Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton. This broadcast is made possible by the following Sportscaster Club members: Midwest Insurance Agency, Murph's Appliance, Yankton Thrive, Stockman's Motorsports, Les Schwab Tires, Linda's Angel Crossing, MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency, Hy-Vee, Vichy, Elwood Dental, Floortech Restoration, Angela's Mexican Store, Yankton Rexall, KSC Taco Bell, SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, Slumberland, Larry's Heating and Cooling, America's Best Realty, Larson Carpet, Elkhorn Valley Bank, Anytime Fitness, King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, Yankton Medical Clinic, All Seasons Power Sports, Kaiser Heating and Cooling, Wince and Ray Funeral Home, First Dakota National Bank, JR's Oasis, Intech Cleaning and Restoration, The Bone Setter, Triple Time Rudy's, Farmers Union Insurance, Meridian Photo, Graham Tire, Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts, Kalen's Indoor Comfort, H&H Roofing, Boss's Pizza and Chicken, Wall of Fame, Midwest Ready Mix and Clark's Rentals, and Raven Books. Now, for the Anytime Fitness pregame show with the voice of Yankton Athletics, Zach Spear.
Hello and welcome to Sioux Falls, Washington High School as the Yankton Gazelles have made the trip to take on the Warriors. Yankton Athletics on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube, presented by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton. First Dakota has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for over 150 years. They offer personal, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey with 2 locations, downtown and North Broadway, Yankton. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I'm Zach Spear alongside Justin Paisano, helping run camera and operating the stream. If you're on Classic, it's 106.3 and would like to watch the game live, it's Yankton streaming on YouTube. More basketball on the way. As for Yankton, we've already seen some highs and some lows, only 2 games in, but that's kind of what's expected when you play younger players. This will be the first game for Yankton on the road, and it comes against a tough opponent in the Sioux Falls, Washington Warriors. The Warriors have only seen the floor once so far this year in a victory over Sioux Falls Lincoln of 57-12. Yankton will be looking to bounce back after a loss at home to Harrisburg 38-60. Now a test for both of these teams as Washington hosts Yankton. Let's take a look inside the numbers this year. 4 points per game. Yankton scores just shy of 50 points per game. Washington in their one game put up 57. In points allowed per game, Yankton only giving up 35 points per game, and Sioux Falls, Washington only giving up 12. Again, it was a big victory for them. Yankton's average game right now has been a margin of 14.5 points in their favor. For Sioux Falls, Washington, 45 points in their favor. Last year, Sioux Falls, Washington had a big win over Yankton, 72-33. This early in the season, it's anyone's guess what's going to happen. They both played the same opponent in Sioux Falls Lincoln, and both teams won with a wide margin. Yankton has the advantage of one more game being played on the air, but Sioux Falls, Washington has the benefit of being at home. Last time these teams played, the Warriors won. Yankton should remember that game well as they returned all of their starters, while the Warriors did graduate some key players. Either way, we should be in for a great game tonight with tip-off at 7. Both teams are full of athletes, and as I've been told by both coaches, they like to run the floor. A big one on the way. Again, tip-off at 7 o'clock. It's coming up. I did get a chance to talk with both head coaches ahead of this matchup. It's head coach Jamie Parrish of Sioux Falls, Washington, and as always, Blake Savvy of the Gazelles. When we return, our chat with head coach Parrish of the Warriors. That's all here on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
For beautiful decor and gifts this holiday season, it's Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts of Yankton. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all from Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts of Yankton, your Christmas and holiday cheer store.
Interior technicians.
Jerry, I need your help. I'm in a real pickle.
How can we help? We clean carpets, furnace and duct cleaning, mold remediation, fire restoration, water damage restoration, office cleaning, and much more.
No, Jerry, I'm in a real pickle. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Hang on, I'll send you pics so you can see what I mean.
Oh my gosh. When you need it clean, call the Intech team, fixing pickles since 1984.
At Anytime Fitness Yankton, your fitness journey starts with one step, and Anytime Fitness will be with you every step of the way. Open 24 hours a day with top-of-the-line equipment and guidance you need to reach your goals. Plus, your membership gives you access to every Anytime Fitness gym anywhere. No matter your goals, no matter the time, you belong at Anytime Fitness Yankton. Located at 2509 Fox Run Parkway. Start today at Anytime Fitness, where your fitness journey never stops.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small, just as it should be. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of choices to make sure you have the perfect coverage to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance.
Hello and welcome to our Coaches Conversations. Now joining on the line is head coach Jamie Parrish of the Sioux Falls, Washington Warriors. Coach, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for reaching out. We appreciate you.
Of course, and your team has seen the floor just once this season in a win over Sioux Falls Lincoln. What did you see from them in that one?
You know, it was a good opportunity to get our kids on the floor. We have a lot of returning kids who played last year, but their roles are significantly different. You know, we graduated 3 starters, and 2 of them are, now playing college basketball. Grace is at USD, and Claire is at Gustavus. So, even though we have these kids that have been on the floor, their roles have significantly changed. So it was good to just get out there and play and get into a little game flow and see how things look.
And I know it might be a little hard to say because it's so early in the year, but what do you think will be the strengths of your team throughout the year? You
know what? We think we are really athletic. We can get up and down the floor. And along with that athleticism, we have some lengths, kids that are, 5'9", maybe even 6 foot, and can play on the perimeter and run up and down the floor and play fast. The big question for us is going to be what this looks like as we improve. We're starting 3 sophomores and then bringing sophomores and juniors off the bench. So it's a new group of kids. We're definitely very talented, but, you can't replace experience no matter how talented you are. Sometimes you just got to get out there and play fast, make mistakes, and then fix it for the next one.
100%. And something I've talked frequently with coaches when they have a younger squad is you usually see vast improvement from game to game. Usually with seniors, they're kind of ironed out. You know what they're going to bring to the floor. But then you get your sophomores, and from last game to this game, it could be totally improvement. I mean, how exciting is that as a coach to watch?
Oh, it's a lot of fun. And, it's good at practice, we're seeing the same thing. Again, because we have such a young group, we have some freshman kids who are not on the varsity, but we see them improve on a regular basis as well, just because they're playing against these seniors, playing against these varsity kids. With that youth, we just keep getting better at stuff every day, so it's really fun to be a part of right now.
Coming up, you host the Gazelles. What are your thoughts on this matchup?
You know what? We've seen a little bit of film on them. They're very, very aggressive defensively, so we know we're going to have to handle the basketball. They like to get up and pressure you. They like to overplay. They like to cause some turnovers. So that's going to be priority number 1 for us, is we have to make sure that when we have the basketball, we're making good decisions and we're finishing plays. And then defensively, I think they shot 24 3-pointers against Harrisburg. So we know we're going to have to get out and extend it. And I've seen the Wolfgram girl and the long blonde, really good player as well. Those kids will shoot it from 25, 30 feet. So this isn't just a matter of guarding the 3-point line. We're going to have to extend, get out, and make things difficult for them, and then rebound long rebounds.
And who are a couple of players on your team that we should expect to see making plays?
With a different group, it's kind of changing from night to night, but Dana Harp is our starting senior guard. She's going to play at USF next year. She has to kind of be the anchor for us. She has to be consistent, play hard, play really well. Rylan Kennett has started for a couple of years. We expect her to, have a good game as well. And then we're starting those 3 sophomores, Josie Beitler, Layla Berthe, and Jersey Peterson. And those guys are just, what we are as a team right now is we're trying to figure out how all these pieces fit together. We have really good pieces. We like a lot of things, but our great big post player can't be in the middle of the lane when we're trying to drive. And, our guards can't be in the way when our post kid's trying to post up. So it's a work in progress, definitely. We have a lot of pieces that we can move around, a lot of things that we can do, but turning that into a coordinated effort that's kind of our priority between now and January.
And looking ahead this year, what are your goals for your squad?
You know what? We just talk about, we want to worry about us. We want to get better every day. We want to have good energy. We want to be good teammates. And then we always circle Valentine's Day on our calendar. And the reason is everything before Valentine's Day is insignificant. It's just practice. We're just trying to get better. We want to win enough games so that we can have a good seed. But when we hit Valentine's Day, we want to be the best version of ourselves. We want to make sure that we've got kids shooting it at a high level, defending, talking, playing hard. Everything between now and Valentine's Day is just an opportunity to get better. And then you hope, those last 2 weeks of the season and then your state tournament is when you're playing your best basketball.
Well, Coach, thanks so much for the time. I really do appreciate it.
Hey, thanks so much for reaching out and covering the girls. We really appreciate your efforts.
Again, that was head coach Jamie Parrish of the Sioux Falls, Washington Warriors on our Coaches Conversations. On the way, head coach Blake Savvy of the Gazelles on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
Yankton Rexall in the Meridian District is your Hallmark headquarters this holiday season. Buy your Hallmark Christmas ornaments, nativity scenes, willow tree, and precious moments there. Find wedding and anniversary gifts and single-serve Abdullah chocolates, along with the new item, Gone Nuts. Yankton Rexall Pharmacy is there to help you with all your questions and prescription needs. Holiday shopping begins at the Yankton Rexall in downtown Yankton.
Welcome to Wall of Fame, where style meets customization, specializing in crafting custom clothing and print shirts. We ensure every stitch and every print is of the highest quality, so you get the best clothes every time. We're here for all your promotion needs, and the best part, our process is seamless. Simply share your designs with us and we'll handle the rest. Get custom clothes for the best price. Wall of Fame.
Triple Time Rudy's on the corner of 16th and Broadway, Yankton. Stop in and check out their wide variety of items. Grab some snacks, whether you want chips, popcorn, or something sweet, they have it. Ice-cold beverages, or when you need that boost in the morning, coffee. You can also grab the best locally produced meats, meat sticks, and cheeses in the area. Guaranteed fresh. For those hot days, grab a freezy too. Get all your car needs and 5 cents off a gallon when using cash. All at Triple Time Rudy's, Yankton.
The Bone Setter Chiropractic, Yankton. I'm Dr. TJ Stotz. When you need chiropractic, we're here. We use a hands-on approach, decompression traction, electrical stimulation, acupuncture, and state-of-the-art examination techniques. We're happy to offer exercise and supplement advice as well. The Bone Setter Chiropractic, 215 Mulberry, Suite 9, Yankton. Call or text 605-401-5701. Bringing you comfort when there's discomfort.
Back on our Coaches Conversations, head coach Blake Savvy of the Yankton Gazelles. Coming off a game against Harrisburg, tell me what you saw in that one.
Yeah, in that one, I think just need to see a little bit more aggressiveness on both sides of the ball. I felt like defensively, we kind of sat back and reacted a lot more than we did a week earlier. And I think we're a really good team when we dictate what the offense does, and we get up and pressure the ball and just kind of fly around and play together. Offensively, I think the cohesion was just, we were lacking that a little bit and kind of fell into some indecision between just kind of getting into an action or just getting some ball and player movement. And I think that, what we noticed from that is we're not going to shoot as high of a percentage from the field when there's not as much of a flow collectively, together as a unit of 5. And so those are just some things that we want to ensure that we bring into tomorrow because they're very controllable things. We just have to make sure that we get there.
And for the flip side, what are the things that went well and are promising for the future?
I told the girls because I think it was maybe easy to leave that one, with a lot of things not feeling great. And even like the defensive rebounding was one that they kind of brought up. And that actually was one that, if you go and look at the stats afterwards, we got 68% of the defensive rebounds, and our goal for each game is 65%. And so, that's one area where now 2 games in a row to start the season, we've tried to make it a big focus of ours is not giving up second chance points, especially being a smaller team. And so we're 2 for 2 in that category in our first 2 games. And so that is a bright spot that I would like to see.
And now you travel into Sioux Falls to take on the Washington Warriors. Your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, Washington, they've got a talented squad, and, they have some length in their guards and inside, but they also don't do anything that is overly tricky or complicated or we haven't seen before. They're a really good pass cut team. They run a little read and react, and so they try and just get the ball moving, cut inside, and try and catch you not in position so they can front cut you and get to the rim. And then they'll post up some of their bigger guards. And so we just have to be really ready to be in great position on defense, communicate a lot when there's cutters going to the rim. And then, every time you pressure the ball, it just helps your defense that much more because you don't let ball handlers sit there and be comfortable and make easy passes. They've got to work for passing lanes. And so the defensive end is really where we're going to set the tone by defending hard, being in great position, and then we're going to have to talk through cutters and screens. And then again, I think that leads to our offense and allows us to play in transition and then move the ball from there and find some looks. But the more that we can start in transition, I think the better advantage we have on offense.
And one player I really wanted to shout out, just coming off a great performance, was September Rao. She's only a sophomore, but what's it like having a player of her caliber who can certainly change a game, and how do you try to keep that momentum into the next game?
Yeah, she shot the ball really well. I think she was 6 of 11 from the field and did a good job just creating some of her own shots. And she also brings a lot of speed to the floor in transition. And, she's one that on the ball, she can do a good job of making ball handlers uncomfortable. And I think it's really just recognizing and, offensively and defensively, we have a lot of players that are capable of shooting the ball well, driving the ball well, any of the things. And I think the one thing we're still learning is the more the ball moves collectively on offense and everybody gets their touches, the harder it is for the defense to guard because that opens up more threats, and then they're not able to just key on one specific player. Like, if September's the one having the great night, but the ball is moving around and touching everybody's hands, I think that it's that much harder to just pay attention to her. And, on another night, it might be Eden, and on great nights, it's going to be a bunch of us. And so I think that, continuing that and keeping that going really is just getting a team rhythm that allows them then to take advantage of those moments.
And now on the road for the first time of the year, what's that difference between playing in front of the home crowd and now the home crowd is cheering against you?
Yeah, we're not supposed to be our first away game, but it is our first away game now. And, coming off of, we talked, before we got on the radio, we haven't practiced since Wednesday. And I think we've got to flip that a little bit and just say, hey, we got to trust ourselves, our athletes and our team. We need to go defend really hard. We need to go do what we know we can do offensively and share the ball, find great shots, and tune the rest out, whether it is an away crowd, a home crowd. We've had practice, haven't had practice. This is one where we got to control what we can control, roll the ball out there, and just go play and play hard.
Well, Coach, thanks for the time. As always, we'll talk in Sioux Falls, and go Gazelles.
Yeah, absolutely. Go Gazelles, and thanks for having me.
Again, that was head coach Blake Savvy of the Yankton Gazelles. Coming up, Yankton against Sioux Falls, Washington. That's all here on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Authentic Mexican food goods with the family touch is here in Yankton at Angela's Mexican Store. From fresh produce and meats to the spices and the snacks you miss from home. Traveling or just moved? No problem. They accept money from many different countries. Check out the different kinds of money on the wall. Family owned, family loved. They treat you like family. Angela's Mexican Store, where culture meets community. Stop in today.
Hi, this is Linda at Linda's Angel Crossing in Yankton. Merry Christmas! I have everything for your holiday gifting for the ladies, the kids, including gift certificates. Linda's Angel Crossing, 1101 Broadway in Yankton.
Les Schwab Tires, located at 2809 Broadway in Yankton. It's the place to buy tires with all different tread types to fit your needs and rims ready to make your vehicle shine. Not only do they sell tires, they fix them too. Flats, brakes, alignments, and more. You can feel confident that your car will be taken care of. No waiting for your tires, they should have them in stock. If you're looking for tractor or semi-tires, those are available too. Les Schwab Tires, where the sign says it all.
MT and RC Smith Insurance has been a part of the Yankton community since 1949. Our agency would love to help you with your home, auto, business, life, and long-term care insurance needs.
We take pride in providing you with quality service when you have a claim or need to make changes to your coverage.
The MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency is flexible to meet with you in person or at the office at 204 West 4th Street. Give them a call for insurance changes, payments, claims, or service requests.
And back at Washington High School as we are nearing tip-off. Just a couple minutes left on the clock for warm-ups as the Yankton Gazelles have traveled into Sioux Falls to take on the Warriors. Gazelles at 1-1 on the season. Sioux Falls, Washington with a 1-0 record, as we should be in for a great night of basketball tonight. Let's talk about the last time the Gazelles were on the court as they hosted Harrisburg. That was last Friday in a doubleheader where both the Bucks and Gazelles were on the floor here. This is your Anytime Fitness pregame show. Anytime Fitness of Yankton, let's make healthy happen. In their last time on the floor, the Gazelles fell to Harrisburg. The final score, 60-38. The stats in that one, Kelson Wells had 2 points, 1 rebound, no assists, no steals. Addison Muth off the bench had 1 rebound and 1 assist. Jocelyn Elwood had 2 points and 2 steals. Aiden Wolfgram, 6 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist. She'd look to get back into double digits here tonight, and she's certainly capable of blowing up for a lot of points. And we're kind of waiting on that big 30-point performance from her this season. We're only 2 games in, of course, but she is certainly capable of it. Nora Kraske had 3 points, as well as a rebound. Berkeley Olson with 1 point, 1 rebound off the bench. Jordan Cooter off the bench with 1 rebound, 1 assist, and a steal. Ty and Bestie put together a nice game with 5 points, 2 rebounds, and a steal. And really the big name in the game last week was September Rouse. 16 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. I mean, she led her team in each of those categories, barring a tie with Jocelyn Elwood for both with 2 steals. I mean, really, just an impressive performance overall, as you heard Coach Savvy and I talk about that performance. Sabrina Kraske had 3 points and 2 assists in that one, and Brenna Elwood with 1 rebound, 1 assist. The Gazelles had 38 total points with 14 rebounds in the games, 10 assists, and 6 steals. Shooting the rock, Gazelles with 34% from the floor, 29% from three-point range, and 75% from the free throw line. Now the free throw, you don't mind that percent. 75%, you're going to make 3 of your 4 free throws. That's not a bad clip. But you definitely like to see both the field goal as well as the three-point percentage go up from there. For the Gazelles on the floor here, both teams here, as Yankton will be looks like in black jerseys, black shorts. We'll wait for them to take off their warm-ups to verify. And the Gazelles did get some love on our media prep polls. We'll go over those. In girls AA on the media prep poll, Brennan Valley in first, Bishop O'Gorman in second, Sioux Falls Washington in third, Sioux Falls Jefferson in fourth, Aberdeen Central receiving vote, in fifth, and a few extra receiving votes, including Yankton, as we will continue with that. But we will have our national anthem here, which we'll keep it for live on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube, where you can watch and listen live. We've also got the Bucks game at home on Yankton streaming, and it's time for your national anthem.
As the colors of our nation and state are presented by the Washington High School Army Junior ROTC Color Guard, consisting tonight of Cadet First Lieutenant Ava Heater, Cadet First Lieutenant Abigail Schmidt, Cadet First Lieutenant Riley Stosky, Cadet Sergeant Colton Consauer, Cadet Corporal Harper Wagmeister, Cadet Corporal Ben Wanning, and Cadet Private Cheyenne Mulbear. We ask that you remain standing until the colors have been retired from the courts. All veterans and out-of-uniform military personnel may salute the flag. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Again, that was the national anthem and the showing of our colors here on the court. Again, also receiving votes in girls AA on the media prep poll, Mitchell, Spearfish, Rapid City Stevens, and Sioux Falls Roosevelt. Excuse me, it was the wrong poll I mentioned having Yankton on. It's the South Dakota Power 5 poll, which finds Brennan Valley in first, O'Gorman in second, Sioux Falls Washington in third again, Sioux Falls Jefferson in fourth, Aberdeen Central in fifth, and also receiving votes, Rapid City Stevens, Mitchell, and Yankton. We are just moments away here from tip-off. The Yankton Gazelles in their black jerseys, black pants trimmed out in red and white, as at home Sioux Falls Washington in all white jersey and shorts trimmed out in orange. It's time for your starting lineups, brought to you by Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion. For all your heating and cooling needs, it's Larry's Heating and Cooling, anytime, any day. We start with the home team, the Sioux Falls Washington Warriors. The sophomore forward at 6 feet tall, number 25, it's Layla Bertay. At sophomore guard, 5'10", number 30, Josie Beitler. A senior on the squad, the forward at 5'10", number 31, Ryland Kennett. number 33, senior guard, 6 feet tall, Dana Harp. And to round off the Sioux Falls, Washington Warriors starting lineup, sophomore forward, 6 feet, 1 inches tall, number 50, it's Jersey Peterson. It's now time to meet your Yankton Gazelles starting lineup, brought to you by Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion.
Kelson Wells, number 3, forward.
Jocelyn Elwood, number 5, guard.
Eden Wolfgram, number 10, guard. Nora Kraske, number 11, guard.
September Rao, 21, guard.
And on the floor here announcing their starting lineups as we just met our starting lineups here on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. I'm Zach Spear alongside Justin Paisano helping out on stream tonight as the Gazelles again taking on Sioux Falls, Washington in Sioux Falls, while the Yankton Bucks host Sioux Falls, Washington with Rich Wright on the call. That's on Yankton streaming on YouTube exclusively. Gazelles at 1-1, looking for their second win of the season. For the Warriors, they've only played one time so far, and it was a victory over Sioux Falls Lincoln. Both teams now huddled up, ready to roll, as the officials have made it to the floor, and we'll load up our Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard here. As we are just moments away from tip-off. September Rao in the center circle to jump for Yankton. For Sioux Falls, Washington, it is sophomore Layla Berthe. Couple-inch advantage for Berthe. Ball is up in the air, and it bounces around a few times, and we're officially underway. Sioux Falls, Washington with possession. They score immediately with Berthe getting the quick layup. 10 seconds in, it's 2-0 with Sioux Falls, Washington leading Yankton. Has some full court pressure by the Warriors. Wells with it, swings it up top to Wolfgram. Wolfgram to the top of the key, now over to Rao. Gazelles with their first possession. They'd like to get it rolling here early. As Coach Savvy said, maybe didn't get the best looks last game. Three-pointer no good there from Rao, but offensive rebound. Wolfgram takes it out, no good. Now Rao gets the offensive rebound. So a third shot opportunity coming up here for Yankton. Pump fake, short jumper for Wolfgram, no. You love the effort by the Gazelles, but don't come away with anything. 2-0, and now on the other side, Berthe is going to slide her feet and travel with it. 55 seconds into this one, it's 2-0 with the Warriors leading. Rao to inbound, looking for anything, just has to bounce pass it in to Jocelyn Elwood. And right back to Rao as Wolfgram tripped up, but crosses the timeline, turns it over though. Into the hands of Josie Beitler it went, and now again on offense in the paint are the Warriors. Turnaround jumper is good as Dana Harp gets it in. 4-0 Yankton trails as Sioux Falls, Washington has come out with some energy here on their home floor. Wolfgram with it, well beyond the three-point line, swings it to the far side, Rao. Rao, back to Wolfgram, it was tipped, gets it over there, and a three for Eden Wolfgram, gets the scoring started. And now a quick pass up ahead, goes out of bounds, last touch by Yankton. And last touch by the Gazelles. Sioux Falls, Washington stays with possession. 4-3, Yankton trails. Down low, they move, no good. As Nora Kraske brings in the rebound. Stood her ground against a much taller Dana Harp. Now up ahead, they try to get it to Wells, who can't reach it out of bounds, and a turnover by the Gazelles. Now some full court pressure from Yankton. And for the Warriors, they're able to break it and up ahead. This one goes out of bounds, knocked out by Wells. Ryland Kennett couldn't quite bring it in. Thought she might knock it out of bounds, but Wells was aggressive, tried grabbing it, knocks it out of bounds. Score remains 4-3, 2 minutes here into the first quarter. It's been competitive so far. On the shot, no good from Dana Harp. It goes out of bounds. Again, last touch by Yankton. And now an early timeout called by Coach Blake Savvy of the Gazelles. It's a Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break. Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton, locally owned for 4 generations. Call them for water softening and purification, salt, reverse osmosis needs, and bottled water. That's Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton. We'll just keep it here on the floor as it's a 30-second timeout by Coach Savvy. The buzzer sounds. And still talking with his team is Coach Savvy. On the other end, Parrish encouraging his team, who got the first 2 buckets, and then Yankton answered with a Wolf Graham triple. It's a 1-point difference, 2 minutes into this one, 5:59 to play in the first. Sioux Falls, Washington with possession. Inbounding it here is Josie Beitler. Lofts it in, gets it to Berthe. Berthe trying to go in, shot denied by Wolf Graham, but an offensive rebound. Now the ball is knocked out of bounds and yet again out on the Gazelles. Wolf Graham, coming off a game in which she had 2 blocks, has 1 already. 21 to shoot on the shot clock for the Warriors. It's been a long offensive possession here. Wolf Graham got a hand on it, making things difficult. Ball into the hands now of Beitler. Down low, they move it in a foul. As coming up as free throws for Dana Harp. Harp to the line. They'll call the foul on Wolf Graham. Her first personal, team's first. And it'll be the first foul overall in the game. Harp at the free throw line, a chance for 2. And to extend her team's lead, she's 1 for 3 shooting to start and misses the first of 2 free throws. And no good on the second. Rao gets the rebound, and it'll be an over the back on Layla Berthe. Rao to inbound it, gets it into Wolf Graham, who gives it right back to September, who's now immediately doubled. A bounce pass as this Sioux Falls Washington pressure has been tough. Up ahead, the Gazelles move it. Wells wants to drive with it. Picks up her dribble, loses it, ball's on the floor, into the hands of Rao, who drives, kicks it. Elwood, triple, for the lead, no. We remain at 4-3 up ahead. Sioux Falls Washington moves quickly, no good on the fast break layup and offensive board. Second attempt, no good. How about the third try? No. Rao, third rebound already in the game for her, has the Gazelles a chance to take their first lead of the game. Wolfgram drives it into the lane, kicks it out. Nora Kraske, corner 3, put too much on it. A back and forth game here for the last 2 minutes or so as Berthe drives and scores it. Berthe with 4 points already in this one of her team's 6. It's 6-3. The only points for Yankton came off a Wolfgram triple, and now ball on the floor, a turnover. Sioux Falls Washington gets it right back. Berthe, a short jumper, up too much. Offensive rebound. Second attempt, no good. The third attempt is in for Ryland Kennett. 8-3 your score, and again, Coach Savvy wants to talk things over with his squad. Calls a timeout. This again a 30-second Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break.
Les Schwab Tires, located at 2809 Broadway in Yankton. It's the place to buy tires with all different tread types to fit your needs and rims ready to make your vehicle shine. Not only do they sell tires, they fix them too. Flats, brakes, alignments, and more. You can feel confident that your car will be taken care of. No waiting for your tires, they should have them in stock. If you're looking for tractor or semi-tires, those are available too. Les Schwab Tires, where the sign says it all.
4:27 to play in the first quarter. It's 8-3. Warriors lead the Gazelles on our Fox Stop of Yankton's scoreboard. The Fox Stop at the corner of West City Limits Road and 30th Street, Yankton. A full-service convenience store with hot food, Godfather's Pizza, personal pizzas, sandwiches, munchies, and beverages. Pay at the pump, gas and diesel fuel, firewood and propane exchange. The Warriors will stick with their full court pressure as launching it up ahead is Wolfgram. Wells tries getting it down low to Tyan Bestie. Too much on the pass, and it goes out of bounds. Yankton turns it over. Yankton will try their own pressure here. Inbounding on the other side is Beitler, and now a foul. It'll be against September Rao. Rao picks up her first personal, now the team's second. As we near the halfway point of the first quarter, 8-3, Sioux Falls, Washington leads. And again, a foul going to be called on September Rao. So Rao with back-to-back personal fouls, and checking in for her is Jordan Kudera. That could be a bad sign for the Gazelles if Rao is going to be in foul trouble this time. Now with it here are the Warriors. They dish it out to the elbow. Driving on the short shot, up and in. Dana Harp gets it. Up ahead, they move it. Kelson Wells beyond the perimeter. Bounce pass into Tyan Bestie. She put too much on it. The Gazelles got a good look there, just couldn't quite capitalize on it. So Sioux Falls, Washington with a 7-point lead. Drives it down low. They miss the short jumper. Ball out of bounds with 3:37 to play here in our first quarter of action. 10-3, Warriors with possession and the lead. Josie Beitler gets it in. Gets it right back and airballs that shot. But an offensive board and another attempt here for the Warriors. The third attempt goes. Jersey Peterson got the initial offensive rebound. Then Beitler got the next. Wolfgram pushes past the full court pressure here. It's 12-3 favoring Sioux Falls, Washington. Wells in the corner three, takes it in, kicks it out. Bessie thought about the three, decided against it. Kudera will fire the triple off the back iron. Just over 3 to play here in your first quarter of action. Warriors, a nice crossover into the lane as Josie Beitler can't get the shot to fall, but a nice move to get in for the Warriors. Foul goes against Kelson Wells of the Gazelles. Yankton now up to 4 fouls in the quarter. That's the first on Wells as free throw is up and in for Beitler. Warriors with a couple of subs, and in for Yankton is Berkeley Olson. For the Warriors in now, Ryland Kennett back in this one, and Kenneth Knutson. We do see Emerson Robertson in as well for the first time of the game. No good on that free throw, but an offensive board for the Warriors. A fight for it, and it goes back in for Sioux Falls, Washington. Brenna Elwood in for the Gazelles as well. As her and Kudera bring the ball down the floor, they do cross the timeline. 15-3, it's a 12-point difference, Gazelles trail. Bounce pass in, down low, Berkeley Olson goes up with it, leaves it short. Up ahead are the Warriors on offense. Step back three, Josie Beitler off the iron, no. Gazelles do bring it in with Jordan Kudera on the rebound. Now, the pass wasn't quite there. Taken away by Sioux Falls, Washington. They move it down the floor quickly. Dana Harp with it. Drives into the lane. She's fouled hard. Ball goes out of bounds. And free throws again for Sioux Falls, Washington. We'll see the fouls on this time. It'll go against Nora Kraske. That is now the 5th team foul on Yankton. Bonus for Sioux Falls, Washington for the rest of the first quarter of action. Eden Wolfgram will check in for Yankton. And on the other side, Layla Berthe for the Warriors. First of 2 free throws fell, and so does the second here. Is now Berthe will come in for the Warriors. Waited till after the second of 2. Inbound gets into Wolfgram. Her and Jocelyn Elwood will be tasked with breaking that full court pressure of Sioux Falls, Washington, and the Warriors just kind of backed off there. Under 2 minutes to play in the first. It's 17-3. Warriors lead the Gazelles. Brenna Elwood fires cross court. Wolfgram, deep three, no good. Put a lot too much on it. Elwood with the effort and can't quite get there in time. It goes out of bounds. Back with Sioux Falls, Washington. Berthe to inbound here, gets it in. Ryland Kennett with it, moves it up ahead to Beitler. Beitler moves it, and now a bobble, but still stays with the Warriors. Turnaround jumper, no. Wolfgram pulls it in, brings it the other direction. She's got the lone points for Yankton in tonight's game. Brenna Elwood will try a three, swishes it in. Brenna Elwood with a three, and Yankton up to 6 in the game. Moving quickly are the Warriors. A quick layup, no good. Another offensive board. Berthe now fouled on the shot attempt, which will put her at the line yet again. Again, the Yankton Bucks at home against Sioux Falls, Washington as they host the Warriors. That's also live on Yankton Streaming. Right now tied up. Well, it was tied at 12 apiece. Warriors now just took a 14-12 lead over the Bucks. First free throw, no good for Berthe. Berthe, next free throw. Too much on it, no good. Elwood brings it in. Gazelles trail 11. It's certainly not an amount you can't come back from as Kraske, back iron triple, no. Berthe brings in the rebound, wants to move it up the floor quickly, and another foul on Yankton. Kelson Wells picks up her second personal. Right now, Yankton struggling with the fouls. They've got 7 in the first quarter, and it's a part of the reason they trail 11 here. First of 2 up and in for Dana Harp. Next one is in. Gazelles with possession here, trailing 13. 57 seconds to play in the first quarter. Elwood, her pass intercepted, was trying to hit Bestie on the perimeter. The Warriors' defense has certainly transitioned and helped them to where they're at in a 13-point lead. No good on the shot attempt. Berthe gets the rebound, and now Jersey Peterson fought for the rebound. I think she's going to be tagged with the foul, though. It is going to be her first personal, and believe the team's 3rd overall. And correction, that is only the 2nd total foul on the Warriors. Kraske gives it up. Wolfgram, 33 seconds to play here in the first quarter. It's a 13-point game, and now another foul on the Warriors. This will be their 3rd team foul, and it goes against Dana Harp.
Personal foul number 33, Dana Harp. Her first personal, 3rd Warrior team foul. Yankton basketball.
30 seconds to play here. Shot clock has been turned off. Yankton with possession. They trail 19-6 on our Fox stop of Yankton scoreboard. Tyan Bestie way beyond the arc and dishes it. Berkeley Olsen, the jumper. Too much she put on it. Warriors now an opportunity for the final shot of the quarter. Wolfgram defending Dana Harp, who gets into the lane. Scoop layup is up and in. 5 seconds to shoot for Yankton. They'll have to move quickly. Wolfgram nears half court. Sends it up off the backboard it goes, and that'll wrap up our first quarter of action. 21-6, Sioux Falls, Washington leads the Gazelles here in Sioux Falls. We'll take a break and be back in a moment here on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
MT and RC Smith Insurance has been a part of the Yankton community since 1949. Our agency would love to help you with your home, auto, business, life, and long-term care insurance needs.
We take pride in providing you with quality service when you have a claim or need to make changes to your coverage.
The MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency is flexible to meet with you in person or at the office at 204 West 4th Street. Give them a call for insurance changes, payments, claims, or service requests.
Floor Tech Cleaning and Restoration in Yankton, Mitchell, and Norfolk and surrounding areas is the call you need to make when you need your carpets, ductwork, or a trauma cleanup. With 24-hour emergency services for fire and water, mold mitigation, and reconstruction services for residential and commercial properties. Locally owned and operated at 220 East 3rd Street in Yankton.
When your home or floor is wet, call Floor Tech.
After our first quarter of action, it is 21-6. It's been all Sioux Falls, Washington. A nice start to the game for the Warriors. Gazelles with some work to do here in the first half as 8 minutes have been put on the clock for the second quarter. And now Yankton breaks their huddle. Sioux Falls, Washington ready to roll. Gazelles will start with possession here in the second quarter. They move it left to right as you watch it again on Yankton streaming on YouTube. We've also got a live stream rolling for the Yankton Bucks. That is live right now, and we'll try and get you score updates as that game goes on. Nora Kraske gets it into Brenna Elwood at the elbow, tries driving it, dishes it out. Rao kicks it out. Jumper, Berkeley Olsen misses it. Warriors push it up ahead the floor quickly. Jersey Peterson working in the post, down low, puts it up and in. Peterson, the tallest player listed on the rosters, at 6 foot 1 inch tall, and she's just taking advantage of her size advantage down low. And right now it's been a good game for her. Only a few points, but really has made her impact felt. Brenna Elwood has it at the free throw line, kicks it out. Berkeley Olsen now. Wolfgram up to the elbow, into the lane. Her layup, too much. Right now Yankton shooting under 15% from the floor as Berthet tries driving with it. Fight for the basketball, and Berkeley Olsen ends up with it. A steal for Berkeley off the bench. Brenna Elwood now with it. Her pass deflected, goes out of bounds. Stays with the Gazelles. 6:54 to play in our half. It's a 17-point difference with Yankton trailing Sioux Falls, Washington. Inbound gets in now. Rao has it well beyond the perimeter. Swings it up to Wolfgram, who is at the logo of Sioux Falls, Washington. Up ahead to Kudera. Kudera bounce pass to Elwood. Elwood takes it baseline, got Berthet in the air. Now will kick it out, 10 to shoot. This one last touched as it went out of bounds by Sioux Falls, Washington. Yankton keeps possession, but only 8 seconds to shoot here in our second quarter. Rao inbounds it, gets it into Wolfgram. Yankton will have to move quickly with it. Wolfgram brings it up to the elbow. Jumper, no. Still 6 points here for Yankton off of a pair of threes from Brenna Elwood and Eden Wolfgram. Jersey Peterson has it for the Warriors. Now gives it up. Pump fake in the middle. In the lane, a driving layup scored. Josie Beitler gets it. Wolfgram and the Gazelles trying to push the pace here. Kudera with it. Up top, Rao. Rao, her pass deflected. Wanted to hit Kraske instead. Taken away by Sioux Falls, Washington. They bring it the other direction, and Beitler will score it. 27-6. The Gazelles trail 21 here in our second quarter of action. 5:50 to play in the first half. Wolfgram trying to bring it into the lane. Picks up her dribble out to Rao. Rao from way downtown. Off the right side of the rim it goes. Yankton just cannot peel the lid off the basket right now, trying to get anything to go as Beitler loses the ball but keeps possession. This one falling and losing the ball out of bounds is Dana Harp. It'll force a turnover and be Gazelles basketball. Entering the game for Yankton will be Sabrina Kraske and Tyen Bestie. Those two are alongside Eden Wolfgram, Jocelyn Elwood, and Nora Kraske. And we've seen some good looks here for Yankton. They just can't quite get them to fall. Only 6 points here with 5:22 to play in our first half. Tyen Bestie moves it up top, Kraske. That's Nora Kraske. Now Wolfgram into the corner, well guarded, takes it baseline, looking for anything, up over to Sabrina. Now to Nora, who finds Jocelyn Elwood, got her defender in the air, dishes it out. Kraske fires the triple, knocks it in. Sabrina Kraske with her first points of the night. Jocelyn Elwood, a nice dish. That one off the hands of Jersey Peterson, out of bounds it goes, and Yankton a chance for a couple of buckets consecutively, as they're going to need to go on some runs here to find themselves back in it as they trail 18. Wolfgram over to Bestie. Again, the Gazelles move it left to right as you watch it on Yankton streaming. Jocelyn Elwood to Nora Kraske. Nora, well downtown, finds a cutter, and Wolfgram puts the easy 2 in. Now the Gazelles starting to score. It's 27-11. They trail 4:22 to play in our first half of action. Into the perimeter, corner 3, they move it, the Warriors. Now Berthe trying to post up, down low. A spinner, no, it's last touch by Sioux Falls, Washington. Yankton a defensive stop. And they've got something rolling here. A 5-0 run favoring Yankton with possession. 4:10 to play in our first half. Plenty of game time left for the Gazelles. Just need to slowly chip away at that lead. Wolfgram forced to pick up her dribble well beyond the perimeter. Gives it up Bestie, who nearly lost it. She'll bring it across the middle. That one bounced off of Wolfgram's chest, nearly out of bounds. She's able to regain it at the free throw line. Kicks it. Sabrina Kraske for another 3. Put too much on it. Would have made it an 8-0. Now up ahead, Jersey Peterson with it, and she'll spin it in for 2. Yankton clearly undersized compared to Sioux Falls, Washington here tonight, as that's where most of the points for the Warriors have come from in the paint. Another timeout called by Coach Savvy. He's only going to have 2 remaining for the rest of the game. It's a Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break when we return. 29-11.
Craving something boss level delicious? Come out to Boss Pizza and Chicken, where flavor meets delicious and delicious meets drooling. Your taste buds won't be the same when you taste the bold flavors of Boss Pizza and Chicken. From crispy chicken to juicy burgers to handcrafted specialty pizzas, Boss has it all. Serving lunch and dinner Monday through Sunday starting at 11 o'clock. That's why they're the boss. Boss Pizza and Chicken, just waiting to crush your cravings.
And out of the Lindsay Ecosystems of water, Lindsay Ecosystems water break, they're out of Yankton as we watch the Yankton-Winnelson replay here on Yankton streaming. Yankton-Winnelson, second generation, family owned and supporting the local community, including Yankton Athletics, since 1981. It's 29-11, the Gazelles trail. A score update at home, the Bucks trail to Sioux Falls, Washington late in the second quarter, 26-23. It's a one-possession game with about 2:34 to play in the first half of action. So the Bucks certainly doing a nice job of staying in it. And the Gazelles just, again, you'd like to see them just slowly chip away at this Warriors lead right now. Gazelles with possession, inbound in from Ty and Bestie into Wolfgram. Wolfgram, they try trapping her, gives it up to Bestie. Now down low, Wells. Wells finds herself in the middle of a few defenders, and it'll be a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Sioux Falls, Washington. And it will turn the ball over for Yankton. A late check-in at the scorer's table for Yankton as Brenna Elwood will come in place of Eden Wolfgram. Brenna Elwood with 3 points off the bench in this one. Inbound gets in for the Warriors to Ryland Kennett. She moves it up to the near side of the floor to London Ladisaw. Ladisaw, her pass in the middle, intercepted by Kelson Wells. She tried getting the ball back, but will foul Wells in the process. It's the second steal for Yankton tonight. The first foul on Ladisaw of the night, as she will now check out in favor of Josie Beitler, the sophomore guard who's been impressive tonight for Sioux Falls, Washington. Brenna Elwood brings the ball up the floor here for Yankton across to Tyan Bestie. Bestie a bounce pass to Jocelyn Elwood. Now a cross-court pass, Jocelyn. Right back to Brenna Elwood. Wide open three, it'll go off the back iron. A great look for Yankton, that one just didn't fall. 29-11 with 2:40 to play in our first half. Down low, the Warriors move it, and a good shot there from Kenna Knutson puts it up for her first points of the night. 31-11. Gazelles trail 20. Sabrina Kraske with it, tries driving it. Her pass on the baseline, deflected out of bounds. Stays with Yankton, is now checking in for Yankton. Nora Kraske, Jordan Kudera, and Eden Wolfgram. To the bench move Sabrina Kraske, Kelson Wells, and Tyan Bestie. 31-11, Gazelles trail 20 with possession here late in our first half. Kudera got tied up, but finds an open Wolfgram, put too much on the triple. Rebounded by Sioux Falls, Washington. They've done a nice job cleaning up the glass here tonight. Beitler wanted to drive it, knocked out of bounds by Yankton. Possession stays with Sioux Falls, Washington. Inbounding it here, they find an open Berthe, but missed the short jumper. Not going to get many looks that are better than that, as Wolfgram is pickpocketed. Going the other direction are the Warriors, and scoring the layup there is Dana Harp, the senior guard. 33-11, under 2 minutes to play here in our first half. Eden Wolfgram has it. Across to Brenna Elwood. Elwood takes a dribble, stops. Over to Jocelyn Elwood. Elwood brings it up top, remains beyond the three-point line. Bounce pass over to Brenna, now up top, they swing it. Lots of passes here on this possession. They end up with a Kudera three-point attempt. It's no good, but Nora Kraske pulls in the offensive board, and now a jump ball as she was trying to get the shot up. Possession arrow does favor Yankton with 87 seconds to play in our first half of action. Coming up, our Vichay Yankton halftime show and our halftime beyond the game. That's brought to you by Kalen's Indoor Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. Cooter finds a wide open Wolfgram. Corner three, no offensive rebound again, and fouled on the shot is Brenna Elwood. Possible second chance points here for Yankton after Brenna Elwood grabbed the rebound. Wolfgram struggling with some open shots. We're not used to seeing her miss early in the season as Elwood too much on the first free throw attempt. No good. Beitler checks back in for the Warriors in place of Berthe. All Yankton Athletics are brought to you by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton and are on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming. Now, when they're split up, of course, can't put them both on 106.3, so we do have a stream exclusive in Yankton right now as Elwood's second of two bounces around a few times before falling and in for her fourth point of the game. She trails only Wolfgram on her team, who has 5. Up ahead, the Warriors move it quickly. They'll dish it out to the hands of Berkeley Hall. She'll give it up. Beitler into the lane. Left-handed layup is in. Gazelles have had a hard time stopping Dana Harp and Josie Beitler of the Warriors, who have now combined for 22 of Washington's 35. It's 35-12, 52 seconds to play in our first half. Elwood drives too much on the layup. Warriors the defensive rebound, and again moving it up the floor quickly. Not surprised as Beitler immediately sets up the triple. Put too much on it as Jersey Peterson, a diving effort out of bounds, can't save it, and it will be Yankton basketball. 38.5 seconds to play in our first half of action. And on the shot clock, a full 35 seconds. Quick update, the Bucks trail 29-3 to Sioux Falls, Washington in the closing 15 seconds of the first half. Wolfgram with it well beyond the three-point line. Gives it up to Kudera, now to Kraske. Kraske beyond the perimeter. Brenna Elwood spins. Layup is in! Brenna Elwood now leads her team in scoring on the night. It's 35-14 with 13 seconds to play. Down low, Jersey Peterson left it short. Rebound goes Nora Kraske. Gazelles with 6 seconds to try and get the final shot. Floater here from Wolfgram. No. Rebound, Beitler. She'll take the half-court attempt and won't be able to get it to go. So after 2 quarters of play, it's 35-14. It's been all Sioux Falls, Washington here tonight. The Gazelles trying to get something here rolling. 10 minutes have been put on the clock. Again, you want to keep it here for the Vichay Yankton halftime show, as we'll have our halftime stats and numbers for the Gazelles. Game trends, what we saw on the floor in our halftime beyond the game. That's all coming up on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
Warmer days are coming, and sooner or later your air conditioning will need to kick in as well. But what if it doesn't? Well, don't wait. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling. With 43 years in the business, we're very knowledgeable on what we do and how we serve our customers. You can rest assured that when you call day or night, someone will always pick up the call. Join our elite club today and become a priority member. Skip the line, get discounts on services, and have no overtime fees. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling for expert service from factory-trained technicians.
Slumberland Furniture at 2401 Broadway in Yankton, home of Kirkland Furniture Groups, bedroom groups by Laguna, and dining sets by Tower and Catadel. They're also the only place to offer furniture by Flex Steel and the biggest selection of Lazy Boy in the area. The Mattress Gallery is full of the best brand name mattresses in the business, including the all-new Tempur-Pedic Active Breeze personalized climate-controlled mattress. Slumberland Furniture, dining, bedroom sets, and mattresses in Yankton.
Doctors Lane, Reed, and Cole Swatsky make up the SWAT Chiropractic team. Check out their new location at 2000 Summit Street, Yankton, South Dakota. At SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, they'll treat your neck and back pain, headaches and migraines, plantar fasciitis, sciatica, sports injuries, elbow, knee, rotator cuff, nerve injuries, and more. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy. Let them get you ready for wherever life leads you.
My name is Taylor Reining, and at Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, there really is a difference. So Elkhorn Valley Bank is different from other institutions because we value our customers and we want them to feel valued. Our customers will walk in the door and we'll greet them by name. We know who their kids are, we know what their background is, we can ask them how things are going, and we pick up where we left off from the last time that they were in. Elkhorn Valley Bank, great for you, great for your community.
There's a whole new world out there. It's called the off-road, and it's waiting to be explored in a Polaris. So gear up to make every moment count with the Polaris off-road vehicle. The new Polaris models are now available at Stockman's Motorsports in Yankton. No matter the weather, get ready to tackle all the trails. With machines like these, your world just gets bigger. Stop in at Stockman's Motorsports today to learn more about the epic new Polaris off-road lineup.
Imagine working for a successful global business with customers in 140 countries. That's Vishay Intertechnology, a Fortune 1000 maker of electronic componentry. Now imagine a company of that size with that kind of stability and a caring family-like environment. Learn more about what you can do at Vishay by visiting VishayCareers.com. Vishay is an equal opportunity employer. Vishay, the DNA of tech.
And back for our Vichay Yankton halftime show. Vichay Yankton to find the world's future. Vichay electronic components bring to life the world's most important products. Products that touch lives everywhere, every day. Vichay building the DNA of tech. Right now, 35-14, Sioux Falls, Washington leads the Yankton Gazelles. It's been all Warriors so far in tonight's game. Really just, it's hard to pick anything that they have not done well right now. Yankton shooting 19% from the floor compared to Washington's 48%, and that's really a big part of it. And the Warriors with 11 offensive rebounds compared to Yankton's 3. Rebounding has been the big difference. Turnovers are similar. Washington with 5, Yankton with 6. But for the Warriors, again, those 11 offensive rebounds have led to a lot of second chance points. Your halftime stats for the Gazelles: 2 fouls and 1 steal for Kelson Wells. Jocelyn Elwood has a foul, a rebound, and an assist. Eden Wolfgram, 1 foul, 5 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist. Nora Kraske with a foul, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. And September Rao with 2 fouls, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Coming off the bench for Yankton, Jordan Kudera has one rebound. Berkeley Olson with a steal. Sabrina Kraske with 3 points. And so far, a very good game for Brenna Elwood off the bench, as right now, 6 points and a rebound. But again, for Yankton, shooting under 20% from the field. Unfortunately, you're feeling like that's just not going to get the job done here tonight. They've got a lot of work to do. Expect them to maybe try and play a little bit more pressure defense, trying to force Sioux Falls, Washington into those turnovers before they can get the ball into the paint, because really, Yankton just does not have the size quite to compete with some of the girls for Sioux Falls, Washington. It is a clear advantage in their favor. And for Yankton on offense, they've been getting good looks. You just got to knock down the shots. It's now time for your Kalen's Indoor Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning halftime beyond the game. When you want comfort, you want Kalen's. Also going on at the school here today, there was the middle school 6th grade boys informational meeting. And lots of basketball, wrestling, a high school choir cookie walk. That's going on right now at the high school main hallway, 6 to 8:30. And the high school and middle school combined holiday choir concert from 7 to 8. On the website, nothing listed for Wednesday tomorrow at the school. Then into our Thursday, there'll be some middle school basketball as well as gymnastics. Then there'll be a Lincoln Elementary vocal concert for 4th and 5th grade at the Yankton High School SAC Main Theater from 6 to 7. And then an orchestra concert for 6th through 12th grade. It's their holiday concert from 7:30 to 8:30. And to wrap up the week, on Friday, a varsity invitational debate. That's the Bell Invite at Brookings High School. The time to be determined. Of course, we'll have basketball. The Bucks at Sioux Falls Lincoln. It'll be on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube. And there'll also be a wrestling girls varsity invitational against Sioux Valley. On the weekend, a varsity invitational debate, that Bell Invite at Brookings High School, continues. And then a boys JV and varsity invitational at Sioux Valley High School. That is your Kalen's Indoor Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning halftime beyond the game. Second half just moments away. We'll return with 16 minutes yet of game time. It's here on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
When you need top-notch appliances that last, trust the experts at Murph's Appliance. From washers and dryers to refrigerators, they have all the trusted brands to keep your home running smoothly. At Murph's, you'll find Maytag appliances built for durability and service you can count on. Whether it's a new oven or a repair, they're there for you every step of the way. Stop on down to Murph's Appliance, your local Maytag dealer in Vermilion. Maytag and Murph's, reliable just like you.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together. This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
should have had those brakes checked. At Graham Tire, it's all about safety. Tire mounting, balancing, wheel alignment, and shocks and struts and batteries, oil changes, and lube service. Graham Tire does these every day. And there's over an acre of tires. Graham Tire has them all, big and small. Tires for cars, trucks, campers, trailers, big rigs, and tracks. Honesty and integrity is a matter of pride since 1951. Graham Tire, Yankton.
As we return to wrap up our Vichet Yankton halftime show, 35-14, Sioux Falls, Washington leads early in this one. Let's look at some of the scores around the state in AA girls. Huron on top of Brookings at the start of the fourth, 47-40. Mitchell, a one-point game as they lead Watertown, 28-27 in the fourth. Harrisburg defeating Sioux Falls Lincoln at half, 31-7. Sioux Falls Jefferson leads Brennan Valley 28-20 at the half. Of course, tonight, Sioux Falls, Washington, 35-14 over Yankton, and Sturgis Brown over Lee Deadwood. 5 minutes left in the second quarter, 18-6. Over to AA boys. Sioux Falls, Washington at half leads the Yankton Bucks 29-23. A pretty good game cooking at the Summit Center. That's also on Yankton, streaming on YouTube with Rich Wright. And then the number one ranked Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots lead Harrisburg 35-19 at the half, and that's all the score updates we have around the state as of right now. 8 minutes have been put on the clock as it is just about game time here on the floor. 35-14 as Yankton gets the immediate steal. Eden Wolfgram with the basketball. Wolfgram with it at the logo here for the Gazelles. Her pass deflected, goes out of bounds. So a defensive stop right into the second half for Yankton. They're going to need plenty of those as they trail 21 points here at Washington against a very good Warriors team. Handoff goes to Kraske here. Kraske now in the paint to Wells, whose shot is denied by Berthe. Berthe got a good piece of that one, swats it out. Yankton stays with possession, 9 seconds to shoot here. Rao inbounds it, Wolfgram pump fakes the three, brings it up top over to Nora Kraske. 4 to shoot, Wolfgram drives it in, gets a decent look, mid-range jumper, no good. With that much time to shoot, you know, like the look that Wolfgram got, it just didn't fall. Going the other direction is Beitler, lofts it up and puts it in. She's now up to double digits in the game as it's 37-14. Yankton trails. Wolfgram with it well beyond the perimeter. Hands it off to Jocelyn Elwood on the near side of the floor. She drives it. Her pass had Wells, but instead Beitler takes it the other direction. She'll give it up. The layup no good. And Sioux Falls, Washington, Berthe the rebound. Her shot deflected. And again, another offensive board for Washington. This time they get the 2 to fall, and it's 39-14, a 25-point difference with Yankton trailing. Wolfgram trying to direct her offense. Jocelyn Elwood with it. Brings it up to the three-point line. Now to Wells, who hands it back off to Elwood. Up top, Kraske. She wants to go cross-court to Wolfgram. Barely got it there, driving baseline. They'll kick the rock around the perimeter. Nora Kraske, no good on the three, but September Rao, the offensive rebound, and now a foul on Sioux Falls, Washington. Rao now leads the team with 4 rebounds, was tied with Nora Kraske and Wolfgram, who each have 3 before. The foul goes against Ryland Kennett of Sioux Falls, Washington. It's our first foul of the second half. 6:08 to play in the third quarter. Yankton trails 39-14. Wolfgram up to the top of the key. Pump fakes over to Elwood. Bounce pass into Kelson Wells. Wells dishes it out Rao. Now down low. Wells tries handing off. Pass is just getting deflected. Yankton somehow keeps possession. Elwood drives it baseline. Put too much on that attempt. The shooting has not gotten any better as Wolfgram with the steal brings it the other direction. She wants a couple points as well. No, gets her own rebound, fouled on the second attempt. So Wolfgram gets the rebound and the steal on the play, and now heads to the free throw line for a pair. Wolfgram, first of 2, swishes it. She's up to 6 points, ties Brenna Elwood for the most in the game for Yankton. Harp and Beitler on the other end for Washington, both with double digits, as Wolfgram now takes sole possession of the most points for Yankton tonight. She's up to 7. Now some full court pressure here from this Yankton defense. It's broken up ahead to Beitler. Beitler moves it down low. Jersey Peterson off the glass, up and in. Not much you can expect Elwood to do down there, as Peterson 6'1". 41-16 across court pass. Rao bounces it back to Nora. Now down low, they move it Wells. Wells is going to move her feet before she drives with it and travel. A turnover for Yankton. Sioux Falls, Washington, a commanding 41-16 point lead. 5:08 to play in our first half. Driving with it and getting a hand on that are the Gazelles. It's knocked out of bounds. Dana Harp thought she was fouled. Instead, it just goes out of bounds. Rao is checked out for the Gazelles. Tyan Bestie will come in her place. No change for Washington here. Jersey inbounds it, gets it into Berthe. Now they kick it out. 3-point attempt, Rylan Kennett. Back iron, no. Great box out there by Kelson Wells. Pulls in the rebound. Yankton's going to have to box out like that if they want to try and mount a comeback here. 3 minutes into our second half. Elwood gets a good look for a jumper off the front iron. It bounces. Beitler pulls it in. She'll bring it the other direction as well. Driving with it, the Warriors. Jersey Peterson wide open under the rim. And Peterson now gets up to 15 points in the contest. It's a 27-point game with the Washington Warriors on top. Wolfgram driving, can't get the layup to go. Warriors want to move it quickly as Berthe bounce pass now down low. Jersey Peterson dishes it out. Beitler, the step back three, buries it. And that will hit a 30-point lead here for Sioux Falls, Washington, as that will be a running clock outside of timeouts and free throws. Coach Savvy calls a timeout. He wants a full timeout. That's brought to you by Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton.
Midwest Insurance Agency values family. Our agency has been family-run for over 60 years. We pride ourselves on excellent, knowledgeable customer service. This day and age, everyone is so eager to have an immediate response with a quote. But at Midwest Insurance, we take our time and evaluate your assets and make sure you are properly insured. We take those what-ifs very seriously. As we continue on our family business with hopes of our children, Brooke or Jet, taking over in the future, we will continue to be there for you always. Come be a part of our family. Midwest Insurance Agency, 3016 Piper Street, Yankton.
Welcome to JR's Oasis, your one-stop food and gas shop. Proud to serve Phillips 66 regular, premium, and diesel fuel. After fueling, go inside for slushies and shakes, ice cream cones, and now offering a full line of healthy, chilled items and snacks. JR's hot menu is great for breakfast, lunch, and supper, featuring the famous Hammer Breakfast Sandwich and fresh hand patty burgers. Try the new Cafe Tango frozen coffees for that extra boost of deliciousness. JR's Oasis, East Highway 50, Yankton.
Out of the Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break, it's 46-16. The Gazelles trail to the Sioux Falls Washington Warriors. 4:02 to play in the third quarter. An update on your Bucks as they trail 35-30 in the second half of the third quarter. That's in Yankton, on Yankton streaming on YouTube. A good game with Rich Wright on the call. September Rao, her pass deflected out of bounds. Nearly taken the other direction by Rylan Kennett, but it'll just be knocked out, and Gazelles retain possession. Rao to inbound here for Yankton. Gets it into Nora Kraske, back up top, Rao. Rao brings it to the middle of the court, nears the Washington logo. To the near side, Tyan Bestie. In and out from Wolfgram, back to her. Now Wolfgram gets a good look from the range. Buries it. Eden Wolfgram, the three. As Tyan Bestie got the assist. The answer on the other side, no. Tyan Bestie, the rebound. Wolfgram bounces it over to Rao. Rao kicks her leg, drives high off the glass, gets it in. A 5-0 run in the last 30 seconds here for Yankton. 46-21, they trail Just under 3 to play here in our third quarter of action. Berthe with it, works against Wells, and she's going to travel. A turnover forced by the Gazelles defense. And this is what you like to see out of a timeout. Some improved play by the Gazelles, and Coach Savvy probably happy with how they've looked here. He's only got 1 timeout remaining for the rest of the game, by the way. Kelson Wells has it on the far side of the court, takes a few dribbles over to Tyan Bestie. She'll dish it to Kraske, who gives it up to Rao. Rao wants to drive again and then kicks it out. Out to the corner, 3. Wells thought about it, pump faked it, decided against it. Gives it up Wolfgram on the near side. 5 to shoot here. Out to Nora Kraske, got a good look, missed it all. Rao with it, gives it up to Wells. I thought that the basketball hit the back iron. I thought it grazed the rim. They're going to say it didn't, so a shot clock violation will turn it over and give the basketball to Sioux Falls, Washington. And Sabrina Kraske and Berkeley Olson will check in for Yankton here. With it are the Warriors. They'll drive it into the lane, short on the layup attempt. Rao pulls in the rebound. She's up to 5. She wants to bring it the other direction. Gives it up. Kraske. Sabrina put too much on it. Was a deep 2, but a great look for Yankton. Shooting has just been a little bit of a struggle here tonight for the Gazelles. Up top, Beitler has it for the Warriors. They move it down low, and now a foul on Yankton. That's going to be their first of the third quarter. It's been a clean second half so far for Yankton, who trail 25 to Sioux Falls, Washington. Brenna Elwood will come in for September Rao. And Berkeley Olson will get tagged with the foul. It's her first personal, team's first as well. Washington gets in the inbound. They dish it out. Beitler wants another triple. She's got it. 16 points in tonight's game for her. Her and Harp have combined for 30 points. Then if you add in Jersey Peterson, who's not on the floor, you have almost all of Sioux Falls, Washington's 49. Brenna Elwood gives it up. Sabrina Kraske. Now Wolfgram pump fakes a 3, brings it into the lane. 20 seconds on the game clock. 15 to shoot, and now a foul on Sioux Falls, Washington. Yankton's not going to have much time here. They're going to want to get the ball in quickly, as it is a running clock now down to 10 seconds. No shot clock. Wolfgram gets the inbound, fires the dead on 3, no. 2 seconds to shoot for Washington. They're not going to get the shot off here, as the heave wouldn't have counted had it went in, as we've got 8 minutes to play in this one. 49-21. Sioux Falls, Washington leads Yankton in Sioux Falls. 8 minutes of play on the way here on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you gotta call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kaylin's to anyone.
As we continually strive to improve the quality of service we provide the Yankton community, the Garden of Memories Cemetery and Winston Ray Funeral Home are pleased to announce the completion of a brand new columbarium. This columbarium is constructed of granite, designed to withstand the test of time. It is for those families choosing cremation and features above-ground outdoor niches, which includes a bronze plaque to memorialize your loved one, as well as indoor glass front niches where families can create a unique memorial with pictures or other family heirlooms. For more information, please give us a call at the Winston Ray Funeral Home in Yankton.
On the floor, we've got 8 minutes to play yet. Gazelles trail the Warriors 49-21. I'm Zach Spear alongside Justin Paisano helping out on stream tonight. Yankton will start with possession here in the fourth quarter, and probably just too far out of reach. We'd like to see them play a good fourth quarter and just get some confidence, as they won't play until after Christmas break. As Wolfgram pump fakes, she'll travel. As frequently she'll pump fake and kind of lift the heel of her second foot, but usually keeps it on the ground. They must have seen it lift just a little bit, and a travel will be enforced. Sioux Falls, Washington with the basketball. Beitler with it. She wants to drive with it into the lane. She goes strong, can't get it to go. Nora Kraske got the rebound, and now a fight for it as she is just hounded by a plethora of Warriors. Kraske up to 4 rebounds. Her, Wolfgram, and Rao have combined for 13 for the Gazelles. No other player for Yankton with 2, as now Beitler drives to the rim. She'll be fouled, and free throws coming up. September Rao will pick up the foul. She had 2 right away in that first quarter. That's now only her 3rd personal, so really in the 4th quarter not too worried about there. Beitler misses the first of 2. She's now 0 for 3 shooting free throws, but she's 7 of 14 shooting overall, 2 of 5 beyond the perimeter, and 16 points, so I'm sure she's not too terribly worried. Next one is up and in. Warriors have reached 50 points in tonight's contest. And now Yankton with possession. They trail 29. Down low, Wells has it. Her shot denied by Kenna Knutson. And now the whistle will blow a travel on the Warriors. It's heading right back for Yankton. Rao inbounds it here to Eden Wolfgram. Wolfgram brings it up to the three-point line. Now to Kraske to Elwood. Jocelyn Elwood takes a few dribbles, looking for anything. Finds Wells in the lane. A quick few passes here by Yankton, and now this one deflected, taken the other way by Josie Beitler. Knocked out of bounds there, and it stays with the Warriors as they'll have a couple of subs coming in that are Tenley Jacobs and Amelia Olsen, who we have not seen in the game so far tonight. Tenley a sophomore and Amelia a senior. Inbound into Elin Evans, another player we haven't seen in. Now over to Berkeley Hall. Evans gets it into the lane, has it at the elbow now. Few subs to the scorer's table here for Yankton, and that one stripped away. Jocelyn Elwood with the takeaway. Moving the other direction is the Gazelles as Rao wanted the foul, won't get it. Wells the offensive board as she dishes it out, but she traveled beforehand. A turnover, and now in for Yankton is Brenna Elwood, Berkeley Olsen, and Jordan Kudera. 50-21, your score on the Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard. After 3 quarters of play, the Bucks at home trail Sioux Falls, Washington 43-35. That can be watched live on Yankton streaming on YouTube. Up ahead, the Warriors move with it. It's Elin Evans with it. Evans now to Berkeley Hall. Hall down low, and a short jumper, no. Rao pulls in her 6th rebound of the night before she's fouled. Clock will continue to tick here with 4:35 to play in the game in its entirety. We started at 7 o'clock, and really, it's just been a quick game. Of course, a running clock here in the second half has moved things along at a fast pace. Even the first half was quite quick. Sabrina Kraske steps it in. Her jumper, no. Got a good look there, and that's really been the story of the Gazelles night. Some good looks. Just can't get those shots to fall here tonight. And now a travel again. This time Amelia Olsen of the Warriors, as the officials have been very consistent on these travels and have not let them get away with much. Addison Muth has now checked in for Yankton as we are halfway through our 4th quarter of action. Addison Muth, her first time. On the floor as this one down low and lost by the Gazelles. Taking the other direction for the Warriors. A crossover and a finish at the rack for London Ladisaw. Ladisaw, nice move to get into the lane. Brenna Elwood has it beyond the arc. And now with it, Kudera, her pass to Brenna Elwood. Nearly went out of bounds, but saved by Brenna. Up to the free throw line, dishes it out. Far side with it, Sabrina Kraske bounces it into Muth, who tries to get the pass out. It's deflected into the hands of Kudera. Her shot denied by Tenley Jacobs of Sioux Falls, Washington. 3 minutes to play here, 52-21. Sioux Falls, Washington with the lead. A long two, up and in. London Ladisaw knocks it in. That'll be her 4th points of the night. The only player on the floor for Sioux Falls, Washington with any points. Berkeley Olsen out to Kudera on the near side, corner 3. Takes a dribble, crosses it over, drives baseline, nearly lost it. Now dishes it out. Berkeley Olsen off the front iron. It goes. Fight for the rebound into the hands of the Warriors. Jacobs brings it the other direction. Tenley Jacobs up top to London Ladisaw. Ladisaw now to Hall. They move it beyond the perimeter. A good look from 3 for Elin Evans off the front iron. Doesn't go. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Sioux Falls, Washington. So Gazelles basketball. And a late sub in here with Emerson Robertson to check in for the Warriors in place of Elin Evans. Warriors well on their way to 2-0. Gazelles will fall to 1-2 when this one is all said and done. Cooter up to Brenna Elwood. Drives it, left-handed layup, put too much on it, knocked out of bounds. And it was knocked out by Jordan Cooter, who was fighting for that offensive rebound, just couldn't quite pull it in. 54-21. And now a few subs for Yankton as Lucy Johnson, Olivia Woods, and Madeline Tarashinsky all in this one. They saw the floor in the first game against Sioux Falls Lincoln, but then not against Harrisburg. In the closing moments here, as 75 seconds to play. Layup is good there. A nice effort there for Ladisaw. Again, Madeline Tarashinsky wants the 3 for Yankton. That one doesn't go into the hands of Lucy Johnson for the rebound. Dishes it out. Sabrina Kraske, her 3, no. Now a fight for the rebound and a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Yankton, who probably is going to have one final possession here with 43 seconds to play and clock ticking. Lucy Johnson inbound it, finds Sabrina Kraske. Her corner 3, good this time. Sabrina Kraske, her 2nd triple of the night, assisted by Lucy Johnson. Shot clock has been turned off here for Sioux Falls, Washington, as we've got 20 seconds to play, 57-24. Yankton trailing the Warriors, and now a foul going to be called, and I believe on Madeline Tarashinsky. Olivia Woods. Her first personal, team 2nd. 3 seconds to play. They don't even really need to inbound it. They try for the short jumper from Tenley Jacobs. They can't get it to fall, and that will wrap it up here tonight. Your final score, 57-24. The Gazelles fall to Sioux Falls, Washington. They are 1-2 in their first 3. Sioux Falls, Washington has won their first 2 games, and 2-0 is their record. They've won by more than 30 points in both of their games so far this season. Coming up, our First Dakota post-game show, as well as our Kaiser Heating and Cooling hot hands of the game. It's all on the way on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
From simple sniffles to complex health conditions, the primary care providers at Yankton Medical Clinic will not only see you for your annual visits, screenings, and preventative care, but also provides care for the entire family, from pediatrics to adults. With 4 clinic locations and 15 outreach locations throughout South Dakota and Nebraska, compassionate, quality medical care is closer than you think. For more information on providers, services, and locations, visit our website, yanktonmedicalclinic.com.
If you're into hunting, fishing, towing, or just want to blaze the trail, All Seasons has ATVs, UTVs, dirt bikes, and scooters from quality brands like Honda, Yamaha, and CF Moto. Needing watercraft? All Seasons has a large selection of quality boats and wave runners, and we take pride in service after the sale. We have friendly certified technicians that will winterize, summarize, diagnose, and repair your power sports equipment. In business for over 20 years for good reasons. We're All Seasons, Power Sports and Marine in Yankton.
Do you love to read. So does Raven Books, your unique bookstore in Yankton, where you'll find thousands of books from brand new to gently used oldies but goodies, all at unbeatable prices. Trade in your old favorites for credit and be able to explore something new. Whether you're a casual reader or a bookworm, Raven Books is your next chapter, located at 804 Bill Baggs Road. Raven Books, where every book finds a home.
Weather around here gets pretty crazy. Are you sure the weather hasn't caused damage to your roof? Let Justice at H&H Roofing in Yankton take any roof damage worries away. He'll come and inspect your roof. Even if you've had an inspection, get a second opinion or re-inspection for your peace of mind. H&H Roofing has built their reputation on working to satisfy homeowners for years. Family owned and operated, H&H Roofing is bonded and insured. Contact Justice today.
Dive into the delicious all-you-can-eat Asian buffet, featuring mouth-watering Asian cuisine like broccoli beef, General Chicken, sesame chicken, so much more. Or choose from a fresh selection of meats, noodles, rice, vegetables, Asian-inspired sauces, and watch them sizzle on the Mongolian grill. Plus tantalizing desserts, including ice cream. Get your fill at King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, North Broadway, Yankton.
Do you realize what your Yankton Hy-Vee has to offer? Aisles online, delivery, catering, fresh floral and bakery departments, pharmacy with drive-up, and online prescription refills, Hy-Vee Health Market, dietitian service, fresh seafood department, U.S. Postal substation, take and bake for breakfast, and family meal deals. Yes, all that and more is at your Yankton Hy-Vee, located on the corner of 21st Street and Broadway Avenue in Yankton.
And back on our first Go to National Bank post-game show. Quick score update as the Bucks trail 49-40 with 2 minutes and 19 seconds to play against Sioux Falls, Washington. That's again on Yankton, streaming on YouTube, where you can watch and listen live. Your final stats here for the Gazelles: Kelson Wells with 2 fouls, 2 rebounds, and a steal. Jocelyn Elwood had 1 foul, 1 rebound, 1 assist, and a steal. Eden Wolfgram with a foul, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 steals. Nora Kraske with a foul, 4 rebounds, and an assist. September Rao had 3 fouls, 2 points, 6 rebounds, and an assist. Olivia Woods did get in and recorded a foul in the closing minutes there. Lucy Johnson off the bench with a rebound and an assist. Berkeley Olsen, 1 foul, 1 steal. Jordan Cooter had a rebound in this one. Tyan Bestie with a rebound and an assist. Sabrina Kraske with 6 points in this one off of 2 threes. And Brenna Elwood with 6 points and a rebound. Those are your final stats. It's time for your Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton hot hands of the game. Yankton's original and most trusted heating and cooling professionals for over 76 years. Kaiser Heating and Cooling, 808 West 23rd Street of Yankton. Your hot hands of the game, and someone coming off the bench and shot it well was Sabrina Kraske, as she knocked down her 2 threes for 6 points in the game and shot it well when the ball was in her hands. Didn't shoot too much, but knocked down 2 triples. So she is our Kaiser Heating and Cooling hot hands of the game. We'll take our final break during our first Go to National Bank postgame show. When we return, our chat with either head coach Blake Savvy or one of the assistant coaches, all here on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
Larson Carpet has all your flooring needs. Step into their showroom to see a wide selection of all types of flooring. They have soft and luxurious carpet that's sure to bring comfort to your home. Stylized tile to make any room pop. Different color options of hardwood to make matching easy. And convenient vinyl plank for when spills happen. Of course, with the best customer service in the area. Their knowledgeable staff will make sure to answer any questions you might have. Larson Carpet, 212 Walnut.
Looking to buy a home or maybe sell? Trust the name that puts you first. America's Best Realty. From your first showing to the final signature, their expert agents guide you every step of the way. Fast closings, top market value, and real service you can count on. Your dream home, they will find it. Selling fast, they will make it happen. Call America's Best Realty at 605-260-1600. America's Best Realty, because you deserve the best.
Looking for a photo that actually looks like you, but better? At Meridian Photo, we specialize in capturing personality, not just poses. Whether it's headshots, high school seniors, family sessions, or team and individual sports photos, we'll make you look like a legend. We've just landed in the Meridian district of Yankton. Book your session today at meridian-photo.com or give us a call at 605-655-4598. Meridian Photo. Be you. You deserve.
Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team specializing in all things heating and cooling, as well as heat and glow gas, wood, and electric fireplaces, humidifiers and dehumidifiers, and all styles of ductless mini-split systems. Whether you are building or remodeling, our team of innovative experts will get you the correct equipment and indoor air quality accessories you need for your home or business. Remember, Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team for all things heating and cooling for the past 77 years. Go Bucks and Gazelles.
Your local KFC Taco Bell at 2504 Fox Run Parkway in Yankton offers 2 menus combined into one. Something for everyone at KFC Taco Bell. When your family's hungry and can't decide between crispy chicken and mashed potatoes or tacos, burritos, and protein bowls, well, you don't have to choose. Get the best of both worlds in one stop. Cool down with the legendary Baja Blast Freeze or heat things up with a variety of hot sauces. KFC Taco Bell Yankton. Why pick one when you can have both?
Back on our first Go to National Bank post-game show now, joined by assistant coach Kelly Hyder of the Gazelles. And Coach, we were just chatting a little bit here, and really in that game, a lot of good looks for the Gazelles. They just seemingly did not fall tonight.
Yeah, a lot of good shooting opportunities. It's just one of those nights where the ball's not falling. You got to find a different way to work around that. Attacking the paint was good for us tonight. It's just when you're shooting over girls that are 6 feet tall, it makes it pretty difficult sometimes to make those ones go in.
And we were talking about that too, and they're listed at their tallest player 6'1", Jersey Peterson. We're not sure quite how accurate that is. I mean, as we said, the Gazelles really at a clear size disadvantage. As you said, though, they held them to 57, which feels like when you're at that much of a size disadvantage, feels like you played good defense.
Yeah, I mean, that really kind of feels like a win in itself, and we're pretty proud of our defensive effort. Of the girls just had to go out and just fight every possession. They had to fight, and they were at a size disadvantage down low, and the girls were shooting over them but making them miss shots and then getting rebounds, and it was actually really impressive to see what our girls could do and how much they battled down there.
And with turnovers, that was something that was pretty evenly matched between the two squads, and they came out aggressive right out of the gates, full court press. What does it show that, the turnovers really weren't lopsided one way or the other?
Yeah, it just shows that we can hold our composure when we have a team that's going to come out and they're tall, lengthy, and they want to go out and trap us. And for us to be able to hold our composure, see down the court and see the open girls and attack them, that shows a lot about our team, especially like we talked about too, is not getting much practice in. We had 2 games back-to-back with no practice, which stinks, but the girls made it work. Like, they were able to take the most of it, and they came out to battle tonight.
And for those unsure what we're talking about without the practice as well, the Gazelles played on Friday. Didn't have school Thursday, so no practice then, and then didn't have school yesterday before tonight's game. But now you're going to get plenty of practice as you don't play until after the break. What are going to be the main focuses that you guys work on?
I think just cleaning things up offensively and defensively, both sides. Just trying to work on getting those good looks, continuing that. Keep building with each other and playing with each other. Defensively, just getting after it. That's kind of our big point here, is we got to get after it every single night with our size disadvantage that we're going to see throughout the year. And if we can't do that on any given night, then things can be a little more difficult.
Well, thanks, Coach Hyder, for the chat. And we'll probably see you at some point again throughout this season. And good luck on your upcoming games. We'll take a little break, but we'll be back ready to broadcast those games when they come.
Yep. Thank you. See you in a couple weeks.
Thanks. Thank you. Again, that was assistant coach Kelly Hyder of the Yankton Gazelles, and that about wraps it up for us here tonight. Your final score, 57-24 for the Bucks. They trail 50-42 with about a minute left. They're down 8. If you'd like to watch that game live for the remainder, it's on Yankton, streaming on YouTube. For the final time tonight, I'm Zach Spear alongside Justin Paisano. Have a great rest of your night. We'll have Bucks basketball this Friday. That'll be on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton, streaming on YouTube. I look forward to it. Until then, and until next time, we'll get you back on your regular programming on Classic Hits 106.3. Thank you for tuning in. Yankton Athletics, presented by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton.
This has been a presentation of Yankton High School basketball from 5 Star Communications. Thanks for tuning in, and join us next time for all Yankton athletics. Go Bucks and Gazelles!